The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and 3-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
Hey, good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Deb, and we are back for more action-packed stories today to tell you what's going on in and around the area.
It's already midweek.
I'm Wednesday.
It's hump day. Hump day.
Look, I think we need to start off with a thank you. I think you need to tell somebody thank you.
I need to say thank you to Mary Benefil. She passed these to my husband to give to us. Made sure to say that it's Scotty Ray's too, but I've already eaten a couple of them. Thank you so much.
She had a half one.
Love a fig Newton.
Debbie had a half one right before we hit the live button, and she was trying to get it off her lip.
I mean, honestly, and somebody was just telling us about their great weight loss journey, and I'm like shoving fig Newtons down my throat. So
we're going to talk about that. We got a special guest coming up this morning. Jason Bateman's going to be here. You ever thought about being a EMT, helping somebody? Well, they teach it right here in Meridian to where you can do that for a living and help other folks. We'll find out more about it.
It's such a rewarding career, I think.
It is. I mean, you get to ride around with scissors and cut clothes off people. I mean, that is the fun part.
Unless they scream, no, I just bought these shorts. Please don't cut them off of me. Like I did when I had to ride in the ambulance.
Don't touch them.
Don't touch them. I just bought these.
You know, I guess that does happen a lot, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know Katie, when she was in a car accident, or she was run over by a car. When they had to pick her up, they cut her clothes off, and she was so upset. She had just gotten the outfit out of all that was going on.
That's all she was worried about.
Fast forward, I couldn't even understand that. And then I break my leg, and they're going to have to cut my shorts off, and I'm screaming not to cut my shorts off. And they didn't, actually.
Because she was loud.
Yeah. They were Lulus.
Oh, I don't know that.
If anybody knows what a Lulu short costs, they know.
I don't. I guess.
And they were special. You know, I think I just gotten for my birthday or something.
Wow. Yeah. A lot of folks getting up this morning. Ann Hall, how are you doing there? Dot Turner is up.
Good morning from Philadelphia. Good morning, Lisa Berry. Let's see, Paul Blackwell. Good morning. Oh, he's saying good morning to Dot.
They got their own conversation.
Yeah, they do. Good morning. Is it Monique?
Monique.
Good morning. From Union, from Kathy.
Union is. You remember when you and I used to go do the judging of the talent show there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, downtown Union Day. That was such a big deal back in the day.
I've done that before.
Several times you and I have.
Yeah.
We were the high judges sitting out there at the picnic table in front of the stage. It was fun.
Every time we judged something, we couldn't. I mean, I like doing it, but it always made me nervous because somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. I didn't like that part of it.
But that's life.
That is life, but then I didn't want to be a part of seeing the poor person that didn't win.
Did I tell you that time 20 years later, Cornbread called me. He was passing through town. He goes, man, let me take you to lunch. He's a truck driver. And he goes, let me take you to lunch. So he and I load up, and I met him, and we're sitting there, and I got my biscuit. And here she come, boogie there. And I could see in her eye that she didn't like me.
Somebody you...
And she commenced to tell me that her baby girl didn't win 10 years before that.
That's what I'm talking
She got mad at me, and I said, I'm sorry, I don't remember your daughter.
I feel like people are still holding grudges to this day that we couldn't. I mean, the only one that I enjoyed doing the judging on
what was it?
Was the 3-man parade, and they had first, second, and third.
Don't remember that.
That was at the nursing home. And
yeah.
And we got to judge it, and there were only 3 entries, and it was first, second, and third. And I was like,
but anybody, with all seriousness, anybody that is watching, if you're ever asked to judge something, remember there's going to be some people mad at you.
Yeah.
And it's just human nature. My baby can sing better, and then they end up on American Idol, and our good friends there tell you can't sing. Go home. Your mama is the only one that liked you.
Yeah, hey, Luanda Grantham said she found out about the clothing line Lululemon during Christmas. Very expensive. And she's right. And I'm sure anybody that has a daughter or granddaughter or whatever, it's one of those, can I have this for Christmas? Can I
Look, that clothing line of Levi's done got up to $80 a pair. What in the world? I'm going to the no-name brands.
But the good news, you have a good story today about who's going to really step up their clothing line.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about that in a second. First off, Debbie, I mentioned this several times a while ago about North Mississippi. Let's go to the Sheriff's Department and show you what's going on. Let me hit a button here so everybody's going to be able to see this correctly. Let's go to the Sheriff's Department, Tunica County, Mississippi. They just posted pictures of what the streets look like in North Mississippi. Y'all look at this.
That's scary.
Now,
And we in the South do not know how to drive.
that is slick. Now, and remember, we're sitting here this morning at 42 in Meridian. There's nothing on the roadways.
What is the temperature up that way?
Well, let's back out and take a look at that now that you mentioned that.
So I was watching a video last night, and it was somewhere in Texas where they had a street camera.
Right.
It was over a bridge, and every car that would come over it would just go into a slide. Every single car. That's how bad the roads were. Like, they weren't doing anything except for going super slow, and it was just one little place.
Right.
It would turn their car around.
I saw some of that.
Yeah.
We're looking at 30 in Corinth, Mississippi, as we come across here, and we look at the northern half of the state here. We're looking at 25 degrees at Olive Branch, Mississippi. Wow. Look at that. Sardis, we're seeing 28. And over in Oxford, there at the university, it's 28 also this morning. So it's icy. If you don't have to travel in the northern part of the state, stay home. Stay out of Tennessee for a little while. It'll get better by tomorrow.
Yeah.
But as we talk about weather, and let's just go ahead and get this out there. Let me pull this up also and show everybody as we talk about tomorrow and what's going to be happening, what's coming. It's going to be a very, very wet day for us. As we do now from the National Weather Service, they tell us flash flooding is coming tomorrow. Rump roll.
But it's not going to be super cold temperatures. It's just going to be like in the 40s.
Here we go. This is our 7-day outlook here. 51 tomorrow. Colder today, though.
So honestly, if that little 36 could drop a little bit lower,
you'd have a problem.
So if the front is within range of that 36-degree temperature,
it could.
We could have a little. I was reading up on something. 1966, there must have been a horrible cold snap here.
64 was bad, where we had the 3-4 foot of snow, and
really?
everybody missed it. Where was Bob Holland when you needed it?
I think it was like minus. I read an article about it in Alabama where it was minus 27 or something like that, 24 or 27. So I'm sure Meridian, and I think it was super cold here too.
Ooh, yeah. Kathy Sharp mentioned her grandchild is headed up to Tupelo. Be careful.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Good morning from Causeyville. Hey, Dorothy.
Oh, like Causeyville.
Alamosa, Colorado.
What a great town that is. Yeah, let's see here what else we got going on this morning. Let's talk about the Meridian Police Department. Something's good come out of this, and when things happen that affect the public, we tell you about it. Mm-hmm. And there was a murder. Matter of fact, there were 2 murders in 2022. The Meridian Police Department, along with the US Marshals, have made arrests. They've arrested 3 people on different charges as we look at this. And let me tell you about it before we show you the pictures of this. As we got the story yesterday afternoon, 2 individuals were arrested and charged for a December 2nd murder in 22. Tawan Lewis and Joshua Davis, 19 years old, were picked up. And then they also picked up Jaquavian Rooney, 16 years old, has been arrested for a murder. Let's pull this up so everybody can see this. Can y'all believe that? That young. Let's look at these pictures here of what we've gotten from the Meridian Police Department. Again, 17 years old, 16 years old. Why, oh, why can this happen?
I don't know. That's so young.
We shouldn't even be having to show these pictures.
No.
But it happened. Somebody's life was taken. 2 lives were taken here. They will never, ever come back. And most of the crime that we've got, if you really look at the statistics,
when you look
is
at the
young.
Totality of it and all the families that are affected.
Yes, sir, Bob.
From the actions of the young kids to the deaths of the victims, so many people are involved in that.
I know. So a little prayer for the families. They do get some closure at this point. It's not good. But again, this is very, very young to be doing things like this.
I want to say this. I was listening to a thing about TikTok this morning and how they're really trying to get a bill to get where children, maybe 16 and under or 13 and under, I can't remember that, maybe 16 and under, where they have no access. It's illegal to have access to TikTok. And I tend to want to agree because they said that this generation's thought process, suicide rate and the thought of suicide is higher than any generation so far.
That is.
And they attribute a lot of that to, social media, TikTok.
Yeah.
And TikTok is just that. If you watch any, I'm not on TikTok, and I refuse to ever get it because they're following you so much. But it's scary.
It is. Now, as we brought up the teenage thing, Vicksburg is drawing a line again. We had a 13-year-old killed this week, Monday, I believe, in Vicksburg. 13 years old and a 15-year-old shot. The mayor has stepped up and drawn a line and said it's over. A curfew is now. Anybody after 10 p.m. that is not working a job will go to jail. They're trying to get the youth off the street and stop the violence in Vicksburg. We hope it works. At least that mayor is stepping up, being heard from the community, and trying to make something happen. So we give him kudos.
Bunch of young kids.
It is.
So we have a curfew still, don't we? When my girls were young, there was definitely a curfew.
There is a curfew in Meridian, but it's not enforced, and we all know that. It's due to the lack of...
it's still there.
It's still there, but we don't have the manpower to enforce it.
Yeah.
God bless them. Our law enforcement hustle. They're chasing this. They jump back in their car. I don't know how they even have time to eat.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I guess that they would catch them in action. That's another.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But Lord have mercy. Anyway, it's already 10 minutes after the hour. Our special guests were coming up. We're going to find out a few questions about how you could help somebody in the community and a class that's available. All that's next with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Welcome back, Scotty Ray and Debbie, and we had some birthdays.
Happy birthday to Jana Nicole. Jana lives in Meridian. Did you say we had another birthday somewhere?
I thought there was a bunch of people talking about birthdays. If
somebody said they're getting out their Valentine decor already.
Yeah, we've got hours behind us. I don't even know if you noticed.
I didn't even notice. Is that why they said it? I
Maybe
didn't notice
so.
that. I turned around, but I got serious bad roots in my hair.
Yeah, but you can see it there. Little Valentine.
How cute. Did you do that, Scotty Ray?
Do you think I'm capable of that?
Or did Angie do that?
That'd be my wife. She was all over that situation.
I believe you're right, Marcia Hill Stoddard. Angie was at work in the middle of the night.
She
decorating.
was. Marcia's my sweetheart. She's my part-time girlfriend. She helps me out there whenever I need to.
I want to say Marcia.
Yeah.
Marcia. She brought me the drink stuff.
To help
what
with
is it
your
called?
cold.
The Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus drink stuff. Nasty. But, boy, that stuff works.
It does.
It really does.
Let's welcome in our special guest, as we said we had this morning, Jason Bateman, who works for Metro and knows a whole lot about what they do. If you ever get hurt and you have to call for an ambulance, these are the folks that come do this, that help you out. Jason, good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty well. Good morning. How are you?
Man, glad to have you here with us. Tell us a little bit about what y'all got going on. Y'all teach and invite people to become medics, or what's the proper word I'm looking for? EMT?
Most people call us ambulance drivers, but
it's an ambulance voice.
They call you what?
Ambulance drivers or a medical Uber.
The medical
but
Uber.
there are different levels to us. We have drivers, EMTs, and paramedics. We also have advanced. That that are seeing more upswing since they used to have intermediates, but now they're starting to bring them back as advanced EMTs.
Yeah, so tell me this: is it a lot of people? Is it like other lines of work right now, to where you really need some more folks in this field to help out?
Absolutely. Just right now in Mississippi, through National Registry, we only have about 6,376 people that are licensed as what they call EMS providers. That's EMRs, paramedics, EMTs, and advanced.
Now, y'all are one of the first on the scene. You and the fire department show up there when there's an issue, whether it's a car wreck or whatever it is. And I guess there's a lot of people that think they feel bad, and it ends up being a cold that you'll go visit also. But y'all are kind of like that front line on the scene there.
Yep, that's us.
So I wanted to ask this: out of the 6,300 you currently have, how many are there truly supposed to be?
Well, we would like a lot more than that. I mean, if you think 6,000 for the whole state of Mississippi.
Right.
Kind of thin.
Like in the area here, most of the medics and basics and things like that, we all know each other because there's so little of us that you know them on first name basis. You hear their treatments or their names,
right,
and you're like, oh, I know them. Or it's a really small world between us.
Now you teach a class at Meridian Community College. What is the class about, and what do you learn? And then after taking that, can you get a job from all that?
Absolutely. So like MCC, we offer the EMT and paramedic course through the Emergency Management Service department that we have there. EMT is 1 semester. You can go in that pretty straight out of no education or prereqs for that.
Right.
You go in, it's 1 semester. We teach you the basic life-saving skills, mostly focused on airway breathing, circulation, and transport. And then from there, you can go into paramedic. Our paramedic class runs usually 1 year, August to August, and 3 semesters. So all in all, it takes about 2 years or a year or 2 years to get everything complete. You can get an associate's degree in paramedic or applied science.
Fantastic.
But
so how hard is it to get signed up in the class? Do they just call MCC? How do you go about that?
Well, you can call MCC and get enrolled just as you normally would. We have a new class coming up that's in the works right now that's non-college accredited that allows a little bit less prereqs and the admission requirements. You just kind of pay out of pocket and you're there, and they're ironing out the details on that right now to where it'll be hybrid. We'll do a lot of our lectures online, and then you attend the skills days in person.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually our curriculum requires you have so many ride-alongs on a real ambulance to kind of familiarize yourself with
I
the
think
skills.
that's kind of important.
Mm-hmm.
It is important to practice.
Well, to see if you're cut out for it.
That too.
Also, because everybody's not cut out for it. But I know a lot of folks, this is their calling.
Yeah, there's some folks like me that would go whoop and faint and fall out.
Yeah, Scotty Ray would not be a good candidate.
And it's definitely got to be a calling for you because we're not, in full disclosure, we're not the highest paid,
right,
profession. There are a lot of people that give us, discounts and things in places.
A little off your lunch and things of that nature to help make up for that. But still, it is a calling, and that's why so many of you do it. Well, it's less money, but I enjoy my job. Happiness is worth a lot, isn't it, Debbie?
Yeah, it is. Hey, somebody said that my husband and daughter-in-law are paramedics here in Mississippi, and my son is basic advanced EMT. And they thank you to all EMS.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal there.
Yeah. Look, you guys show up on some people's worst day.
Yes.
The worst day of their life, you're there to help them. And
you got to have a comforting voice.
You do. It makes a world of difference to be able to help somebody and calm them down, because it's always going to be when you call an ambulance, something bad's going on.
Imagine this, and I'm just talking out loud here. Imagine you're laying there, you're hurting, and you got Roseanne Barr yelling at you. That would not be a good day.
Oh, was she an ambulance driver?
No, but I'm just saying that's not the type person that needs to do that.
Okay. You never know. She might be sympathetic.
Ooh, boy. So, Jason, tell us again, how do we get in touch with you to learn more about doing this?
Well, you can come by MCC and see us. Our paramedic class runs Monday through Thursday. There's always someone there that can talk to you. It's right across from MCC's campus, and you can do a tour of our facility. You can kind of see what we have. We have phenomenal equipment there. MCC is very good to us. We have simulation labs. We have a $95,000 mannequin called Hal. He bleeds, he breathes, we have a full simulation ambulance inside, and all the bells and whistles.
We'll have to come take a tour of that and show some pictures and video of that, because that is neat. Now, what about, do y'all do CPR classes for somebody that wanted to know how to do that in case of emergency?
We do. We offer CPR classes at MCC through our continuing education for the community. You can do CPR, basic first aid, and get kind of like a basic understanding of how to help. Because even I think everybody should have just a basic CPR, Heimlich, things like that, just in case. Because say if you call for us not breathing, not breathing time is
y'all got to drive there.
Right.
20 minutes out without oxygen. After about 5 minutes, 2-3 minutes, you're starting to look at some more injuries that we may not be able to help from without oxygen.
Well, Jason, we can't thank you enough for coming by and talking with us about this. I mean, we wish you the best. And again, if you're out there thinking, I want to help somebody, this is how you begin.
This is how you begin. And one thing, if you're not sure this is for you, come by Metro. They offer ride-along programs. If you're over the age of 16, you come in, fill out a waiver. You can ride with us and see, is this for me before I do it? But I think once people really get into this and try it out, most people tend to love it.
Right. There's got to be a lot of action.
Some days, in the honesty of full disclosure, there's a lot of action, there's a lot of slow, but it's really a rewarding thing. If you love to help people, this is the field for you.
Well, Jason, we can't thank you enough.
And I thank y'all for having us.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Y'all come do a ride along with us.
We'll have to do that.
I'll let Scotty Ray do that. I don't know. I can already tell you I'm not cut out for it.
Well, I know I'm not cut out, but I would sit there. I could drive, and you wheel them back.
I'm too. I don't even like a shot.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's not for me, but God bless y'all so much. And Jason, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Again, Jason Bateman joining us this morning as he was telling us about how they need help becoming an EMT. Maybe it's for you.
Yeah.
Go on,
you really should do it right along, Scotty Ray.
I could stay up front. Outside of that, somebody hurt. Oh, I ain't getting out.
I'm not getting out. I'm not going to help.
I mean, really.
You're too, you would never make it.
I'm squeamish. Is that the word?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be me. No, can't help y'all. But boy, a lot of you do that. And again, we do appreciate everybody who does this type of thing. Even like firemen that go above and beyond.
Somebody said their sister is driving from Illinois to Meridian. Good luck with that, because those roads are I think it's all the way up into Illinois. Let's see. Good morning from Kathy Rideout and Mary Haver.
Yeah, appreciate
morning,
y'all.
everybody.
As we look around at things that went on, this is you always look for good stories, things that are going on in the community. We have to do a salute to the folks in Clark County as we go to Enterprise. Did you hear about this story? Mm-hmm. It was a young lady that caught the attention of people kind of wandering around, not knowing what she was doing. The law dogs came over, our police chief, and it turns out she was a missing person. She'd been missing for several months. They took her back to the police station, and they contacted her parents, and they came and picked her up. And that had a really, really good ending to it.
Yeah, because especially after a couple of months.
Yeah, because you would have
to be thinking it's not going to end well. So that's great.
So
that's one of your happy stories today,
yes,
Scotty Ray.
I'm proud of that one there.
Yeah, you should be. You need some happy stories.
Waiting on more details of this, but we had a structure fire yesterday in Marion there on Cicalina Street. We don't know anything more than there was a fire at this point.
Yeah.
We hope to hear from the chief.
So was it a total loss fire? Or?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know it was engulfed. I'm thinking it's not good. Yeah. But we're waiting to get more information on that now. We hope everything turned out okay.
Cicalina Street is over off of Old Marion Road?
Yeah, it would be
on Marion Road, or
kind of directly behind
Marion?
the post office.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so let's hope, keep a little hope there that everything turned out good there.
Happy birthday. Who's 82 years old today?
I don't know.
Corey Anderberg in Butler, Alabama.
Salute. Happy birthday.
Wow. Corey Anderberg in Butler, Alabama. Happy birthday.
Let's see, as we look at things, there's a lot of people that are without a lot of money today because they had to make a little trip downtown yesterday.
You do that deposit over there at the courthouse, didn't you?
Yeah, and if you didn't make your deposit, well, you got a late fee now. As we go to this, it was land tax day yesterday, the deadline.
They're going to get you.
I had to write a check. I had honestly forgotten that it was January 31st and I owed for land taxes.
Well.
Yeah. And
I don't have like individual land like that, so I wouldn't.
And what's interesting about this, and somebody made the comment on it, they said, well, it's kind of like you never own anything. Yep, you're right. You don't. You may buy it, but you pay on it for the rest of your life.
Right, because it's always going to be taxed.
And then they can up it for new courthouses and things.
The good news is, Scotty Ray, when you reach
it?
a certain age, you get to pick one of your places to get a...
Isn't it like $250,000? But in today's world... Used to, that was a lot of money.
Went way down whenever Mike turned the age. I can't remember. Is it 62 or 65?
65 is the age.
But yeah, it went down drastically.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day I'll get there.
I only know about the city stuff.
The city, you'd be paying double on everything.
You guys pay a lot less.
Yeah.
Of everything, so compared to what we pay in the city.
Car tags, all kinds of juicy stuff there.
Good morning, Tony and Melanie. Oh, maybe they're talking to each other again. I can't really decide. Sometimes they're just having their own conversations on our comment, on our little thread. And sometimes they're talking to us. So sorry if I butted in on your conversation.
Barry, you're right. Always sign up for your homestead exemption.
Yes.
Make sure to do that. But I ain't even going to tell you what I wrote that check for yesterday. It scared me so bad.
Well, you can't write a big check for taxes unless you got something big.
Well, you
like
got
something.
Listen at you.
High dollar. What do you have?
I think just this building.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, that's what made it's because I have two structures, a house and then the studio where we are.
Yeah.
So it drives your taxes up a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
But I know that I'm probably down here in comparison to other people.
Yeah.
Bless y'all. Hey, we got a temporary bridge out this morning that we wanted to bring up on Old Homestead Railroad Crossing. Is closed for rail maintenance this morning. And do not forget about the road closure on Pine Springs Road.
Don't forget about that one because that will take you way out of your way. And also, I just want to do my daily update on the 22nd Avenue progress.
What is it?
It looks really good. And it looks to me as if both sides are paved. They're having and there's a section of the median that I don't know if they are waiting to see what they're going to do with. They haven't paved it or put a median there. But there's some sections that have new median and trees.
There you go.
That's my update for the 22nd Avenue project.
They may be waiting to put butterbeans or something in that other part. Yeah, I mean, you just never know.
You know, like, have you ever been over to the Children's Museum? They grow a lot of fruits.
I've never been inside.
You know, if no matter who you are, you should go over there. And especially in the spring, they grow all this produce out in those little outside areas over there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, that place. Look, I would take Finn when he was just a little bitty and he was still in his carrier. But the first day I got to take him that he could actually walk, he busted in that place like,
I'm here,
people, and I have learned to walk. And everybody back up because I'm going to play.
And I said that about the garden. I remember when me and Angie moved from Scuba, Mississippi. Some 10, 12, 15 years ago. One of the last things I did was I went by and changed at the post office our new address here in Lauderdale County. And I couldn't help but notice the flowers out front were all tomatoes. Only in Scuba, Mississippi will the flower bed be tomatoes.
Hey, that's perfect, though. Oh. Get some produce going. Look, good morning from Sheila. Let's see. Have they planted the potholes yet?
No, they have not. That's coming.
That's so funny.
That was pretty good. Scotty Ray and Debbie will be right back with more information. We'll take a look at this day in history. It's all next. Well, that's right here.
Crystal Andrews is located at Moon River Salon in North Hills. Crystal specializes in all things hair related, including all color services, Brazilian blowouts, keratin treatments, invisible bead tie-in extensions, perms, as well as the latest in cutting and style techniques. The ultimate goal is to bring out every individual's best self. In an atmosphere that is pleasant and relaxing, leave the stress of daily life behind and treat yourself in the best hair care. Book your appointments today at 601-938-9514.
Before you know it, Valentine's Day will be here. Our friends at Honeysuckles on North Hill Street want you to be prepared. Pre-order now for their best selection. When it comes to a rose, Honeysuckles is using the garden-style roses for all of their Valentine's Day arrangements. The garden roses are larger and higher quality than your standard rose. Maybe you just need a gift or a spa basket for men, children, and women. Maybe a balloon bouquet or a gourmet chocolate. Pre-order now for best selection. That's Honeysuckles, 2626 North Hill Street.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealers simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealers are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealers Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Are you looking for a trustworthy place to buy your next car or truck? Visit my friends at Massey Supermart Auto Sales. They've been doing business since 1955. There's a reason they've been in business for so long. They have fair prices, superior service, and repeat customers. For your next quality pre-owned vehicle, it's Massey Supermart Auto Sales. Taking care of your car needs at 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Debbie, and we hope your morning is going well. You got a smile, you've had a cup of coffee, maybe a biscuit by now.
Somebody said what happened in Philadelphia yesterday. I saw police, ambulance, and fire trucks.
There was an accident yesterday near McLean Hayes. Unfortunately, it was 2 cars involved. A car left the roadway, and somebody was, I always try to word these things, they were deceased in the accident. So our condolences go out to family members. I'm going to talk more to the chief today on that. So
Find out
we think about y'all.
What happened.
Also, we had some comments there about, was it mud wrestling? Is that what they were saying?
I don't see a comment about mud
Oh,
wrestling.
okay. A disturbance over on Highway 19.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, at Walmart?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Did that happen?
Yes, it did. It was 5 women up in a
At Walmart?
brawl. Yes.
What were they fighting over?
I don't know what they were fighting over, but they were hard at it, y'all. Popo came, and by the time the police showed up,
They skedaddled?
They skedaddled.
Oh, no.
But we often wonder what causes 5 women to go at it.
Now, I remember in the old days, back when we used to do the after Thanksgiving Day sales or the Black Friday, and people would get kind of vicious over
Yes, they
Cabbage
would.
Patch dolls. It's things that were very specific. But that was just a regular old
Yeah, no word yet that if
First
eggs
of the
were
month,
involved in this
yeah.
or not.
end of the month. So yesterday was the end of the month, right?
It was.
Maybe they had some great sale going on.
Overnight, as we kind of look at things, there was a lot of doors shaken throughout the Meridian area. And what do I mean by that? A lot of alarms went off. No one got in. But there was, if you own a business, you may have gotten a call last night of your alarm is going off. They didn't get in, but they were certainly trying. It always makes you wonder, is that a test of the emergency broadcasting system where they will come back later?
When does the emergency broadcast system ever use the emergency broadcast system?
Only when they made that mistake in Hawaii and told them to evacuate. Do you remember that?
Yeah, because when we had Hurricane Katrina, I thought, oh, this is when they use that.
Yeah, they did.
No, and everybody was out. It was like TV stations, radio stations. Everybody was out except for us.
The only
we had
time,
one remaining tower standing.
honestly, Debbie, the only time I've ever known that used is when it was by mistake. You remember that where it said a bomb or something? They needed to evacuate Hawaii, and they went, "Whoops!"
Yeah, that's the only time.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Now they do finally use the Amber Alert on children, but there are so many other things I think that could be used for.
Yeah, they do that. I take that back. They started doing the Amber Alerts on there.
But the other things, I seriously think they could use it more. My opinion.
Let's see. Happy birthday. Did somebody say happy birthday?
I don't know. You may have missed it.
So, Lonnie, who are you calling Hey Meathead? There's a little fight on our thread over here, Paul and Lonnie.
So if you're watching at home on television going, what are they talking about? You can join us online while we're on television and comment with us. Tell us what's going on in your neighborhood. You can find us online at YouTube, Scotty Ray Report, or on Facebook. Either way you want to do it.
Hey, I want to say again, Mary, thank you for our fabulous fig. I've already eaten, I don't know, about 5 of them.
They're good stuff.
This is why I can't have them. Thank you so much. They're really good.
They're good. Let's take a step back in time and take a look at a few things that happened on this day. It was 1861 that Texas says, I don't know if I can get along with y'all. We want to get out of this. And they did. 1861, they backed out of that. And as we look at that time era, he would also be on this day in 1865. Oh, boy, this was a rough one there. As he marched across the South, he ended up in South Carolina with a bunch of matches, and we all know what happened there. The most unliked man in the South. I won't even say his name. I don't like him so much. We'll just leave that to y'all's imagination. 1937, they were big, and it's sometimes hard to realize of just how big they were at the time. Because Debbie's always singing, "Hey, Bird Dog."
No, I'm not.
What was the song the Everly Brothers done where we went to get some? I went for some candy. Along came Jim Dandy. No. That was "Wake Up Little Susie." That was Elvis's song.
I don't know. I know the Everly Brothers, and I know their songs, but I can't think of anything right this minute. Anybody going to help us with that?
All I ever do is dream, dream, dream.
All I ever do. I know.
But "Hey, Bird Dog," that was a big one there. But the other one that I got confused there.
Are you talking about just Don Everly or Everly Brothers?
Everly Brothers.
I'm about to find out.
I don't think they actually did anything separate that ever amounted to anything.
You don't?
Nuh-uh. But Bird Dog was a big one there. "Wake Up Little Susie" is probably their biggest hit.
All I have to do is dream.
That's it.
Dream, dream, dream.
Our backup singer's there.
Till I kissed her. Kathy's Clown. I think that's a good one.
And then if you remember, Reba McEntire re-recorded that during the 90s. I'm Kathy's Clown.
Oh, yeah, that might be how I know it.
Yeah. This is a big day here. He was a star. The women loved him. And he was born on this date. Now, actually was in his hometown. And what is so shocking about this, you think this guy is from the South. Oh, no, he wasn't. I was standing in Ohio on a Sunday afternoon bored, and I looked at the courthouse square, and I said, "Is that Clark Gable's name?" And it was his little hometown there. Clark Gable born today.
Clark Gable.
Gable, that's it.
Yeah, and oddly enough, I've said this before, my dad, to me, I always thought my dad looked a lot like Clark Gable, and my dad was from Ohio.
Would you say that is
he
one
was
of the
born
most...
in Akron, Ohio.
Akron? Well, it wasn't far from there.
That might be why I put that all together.
It was. It started with a Z. I'll think of it. But I was in that little town. But would you say that this is probably one of the most iconic scenes of Clark Gable looking up that staircase in Gone with the Wind as she's getting ready to walk down?
Is that the one where she says, "Tomorrow is another day"? No, that's
she
after.
did say that.
That wasn't.
That was at the end of the movie.
"As God is my witness, I shall never go hungry again."
And they refilmed. They had a different ending to the movie because they were really scared of that one word, the D word, at the end of the movie. And they refilmed it several times using different words. And they finally went with that. That was unheard of in 1939 when Rhett closes the door and says, "Frankly, my dear, I don't
give it."
Yeah, that word. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that word.
Scotty Ray, that's not a bad word.
Yeah, it was unheard of at that time. But boy, did it make a remarkable.
We went to school, like they used to take us on field trips to go see
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, what a great movie it was, and Clark Gable, leading man for years. It would be 1938. This guy would be born, but it would be until Archie Bunker came along before you knew who he was. Anybody remember watching this show?
Oh, I loved it.
Moving on up.
Wheezy. Wheezy.
And Mrs. Jefferson, if y'all remember that, the dry cleaning man who hit it big and lived next door to, what was it, Tom and Helen?
Right.
And was it Mr. Bentley that always got caught without his breeches, go out in the hall to pick up his newspaper and the door would close?
Yeah, I think so. I need to watch those again to get myself familiarized. They were huge back in the day. They were just,
absolutely.
That's all I knew. Rick James.
1948. She's a very, very freaky girl.
She's a very freaky girl.
The kind you don't take home to mama.
You don't take home to mama.
Rick James, born on this day. I think he has passed away since then, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. It would be 1949 that this would come out. And before long, it would start the biggest craze in America there ever was. And it was called a little thing called the jukebox, because today in 1949, they made the very first 45 single. RCA Records.
Oh, I've got a ton of 45s with the little thing in the center. And I used to love playing the jukebox. And back then, what was the big song? Conway Twitty. Joni, please don't cry. I'd play that over and over and over again, and I don't even know why.
Then he comes back.
I was young. I don't know why I thought that was the...
Well, she married his best friend, whatever his name was, at the end of the song, and it heartbroken.
You'll forget me by and by. You're just 16, I am way too old.
Yeah.
That wouldn't cut it in this day and age.
No, it wouldn't. But boy, what a song that was.
What was it? You're just 16, I am
23.
23.
I'm 23.
He'd be going to jail.
So he ran back home and he knocked on the door and she said, I married your best friend.
I know.
Sad ending.
So
Do you know
sad.
that was Conway's daughter that recorded that with him?
No, I didn't.
That was his daughter. Many, many moons ago. Hope you enjoyed that one. 1964, it would finally come to an end today. 16 weeks, it was the number one song in America, and this would be the last day that it was. Anybody remember that song by Buck? Love's Gonna Live Here Again. Mm-hmm. I can tell you're not a Buckaroo fan there.
Well, I mean, I watched Buck Owens on Hee Haw.
He was there.
He was on Hee Haw.
Red, white, and blue guitar. 1968, and boy, this just really hits hard for a lot of folks, as this was just a few weeks ago. Lisa Marie was born on this day.
So sad. You know, I started thinking about it, and, you know, I saw where Priscilla has filed a suit saying that the, whatever amendment to the will that was signed in 2016 was fraudulent.
She said the signatures do not match.
So the thing about it is you got to really sit back and go, that dynasty of Elvis was basically kind of held together back by Priscilla because nobody really left. Nobody in the immediate family left. The mother, the father, he had no brothers or sisters or anything like that.
That's right.
So she's the one that's kind of, and you would hate to see whoever ends up with this later on
destroy,
not take care of the enterprise as
because this is an American treasure. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. LaWanda tells us that his name was Bob in the song there. She married his best friend Bob.
That's right.
Thank you. Appreciate
Bob's
that.
name never gets in a song anymore, does it?
No, it does not.
Does it?
No. A one-hit wonder was born on this day. I don't know if y'all remember this. Julia Roberts, she was a country singer. She had a song called Break Down Here.
That's Julie Roberts, not Julia.
Well, yeah.
Julia is not a one-hit wonder. She's an actress.
Yeah. But that was a great song.
Yeah.
She had her string there. We'll remember this from 1980. Anybody remember, was it Blondie? Call Me?
Call Me.
That's it.
That's all I know of it.
Blondie, that was a huge song. A lot of people liked it. 1982, it began. It debuted on this night. I wasn't up back in 82 watching it.
No, but I love David Letterman, and we actually got tickets to go see David Letterman's show before it ended.
Yeah.
And it was so cool. It was so cool.
In the Ed Sullivan Theater, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Boy.
We even ate at that little pizza place that he always had little skits coming from. We ate over there and then went to the
A lot of America tonight, back in 2004, would drop their Coca-Cola that they were drinking and go, did I just say that?
Yep, I did.
Whoops. And there it happened, the wardrobe malfunction. And we carefully chose the picture to make sure it didn't show it again.
So they always, the big thing was it staged? Did they mean for that to happen? You know, because they were pretty far out there with everything and trying to make a point. So who knows? But it did happen.
I want to say a memoir came out about that, and it was staged, if I remember correctly. I may not be 100% on it, but...
Somebody says, I still love Conway.
Oh, the man. Ain't never been another one like him. We are Scotty Ray and Debbie. We'll be right back with more information about what's going on. We'll be right here.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been in business for over 10 years, and they have over 30 vendors inside, with a rotating inventory to fit that something special that you're looking for. The inventory constantly is updating, and there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located at 335 West Main Street, where you'll bump into a friend, and, well, we'll treat you like family. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured. taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Debbie. As we continue,
Busted.
Debbie's looking some information up there. Wanted to talk about the farm supply. A lot goes on down there, and the doors are open right now if you're looking for anything when it comes to taking care of your home, your car. You got it. Well, maybe not your car, but they've got it in your yard. All of that. Tools galore. If you need a pair of good gloves, they've got them, nails, and a whole lot more there. Anything for your pet is in there. Just walk around. The Co-op has it. Easy to find right there at exit 151, from a swing to a great place to sit. Maybe a jacket to keep you warm this morning. They've got it, along with hats to keep your ears warm when that wind howls. That's what happens there. And, of course, boots during these wet days, and more to more. Get you some. Keep your feet dry there as we watch this. Again, from horse to cattle to goats, no matter what it is, they've got the feed for your animal. See them there at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply.
Good morning to you. Somebody said that Twitty City was bought by TBN, wasn't it?
Yes,
it was.
it sure
wasn't
was.
It? TBN, is it still a?
Yeah, I believe so.
I can't remember.
It's got the woman with the more makeup now.
Is that out of Nashville? TBN.
Well, it was Conway's Place there in Twitty City.
No, but I'm talking about. Wasn't it that a TV?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so much controversy around who did Joni leave Jimmy for.
We've gotten several comments.
And it's his best friend. We know that.
Right.
It's a fact, but his name was actually John. Jimmy, please don't cry. You'll forget me by and by. It's been 5 years since you've been gone. Jimmy, I married your best friend, John. So I guess that's where the start of the Dear John letter.
Yeah, there it is. But one of the best country songs you'll ever run up on, if you've never heard what we're talking about, dig back on YouTube today and look it up. Conway Twitty. Joni, it was good. We had an accident yesterday. If you were out and about traveling Front Street, Meridian, near Acme Plaza, there was an accident. Let's pull a scene of that as we show you this. This is possible injuries involved with this as medics arrive to the scene there to take a look at this. Let's zoom this up a little bit closer so you can see that. Again, Acme Plaza, right there where you'd go straight to go towards the hospitals at 14th. A little fender bender there that might have hurt someone. As we also had an accident, this was a pretty rough one here, as we go to North Hill Street, right after you cross over from Hardee's going toward the North Hills area. You will see, let me hit the right button so you can see it. There it is. It happened there at 4th Place. Again, here's the intersection, and this would be that first left-hand turn to the communities down there.
Right. Everybody, be careful out there. It's kind of still misty and dreary and nasty, and it's not really rain, but kind of like rain, just enough to make the roads good and slick. And
it was very slick in Clark County yesterday around 9 o'clock. An accident happened, and take a look at this. This is one of those, thank goodness everybody is okay.
Yeah.
A Crown Vic has been, well, I'm going to go ahead and call this a total loss as we look at this. That is pretty dangerous there.
Wow.
Big thank you to our friends at Clark County Hot Topics for sharing that with us this morning. So always be careful. We got something big. Remember we had Marcia and the gang in here the other day talking about the big yard sale coming up?
Oh, yeah. That's going to be big because they said they got people after Christmas that were giving away, I guess, some stuff that they got for Christmas that they didn't want anymore. That they did, I guess they were re-gifting it.
Yeah. Saturday morning begins at 6 o'clock and lasts till 2 at Fellowship Baptist Church right off Highway 495.
Yeah. Big yard sale. It's going to be multifamily, all at the church, and lots of great things that they've got priced really well.
We welcome in Orange Park, Florida, joining the show now.
Mike
Orange
Stewart. Park?
I've never been there myself.
I haven't either. Mike, where is Orange Park? Conway was one of the best singers. I agree with you. He was. He could just sing you into love.
Well, I mean,
make you feel like you're just in love.
What woman would not love to hear, I'd love to lay you down?
Scotty Ray. That's
well, it goes on and on. Talks about when your hair is silver, I'd still love to lay you down. Oh, that's you've never been this far before.
Oh, that's right. Got some of my Conway songs.
And that was controversy, Debbie. That shook up America. They couldn't handle it when Conway talked about going into forbidden places. It was banned.
Well, think
from
about
radio stations.
Everybody was just pushing the envelope back then. But
the Peel,
Loretta, the Peel. I mean, that was super controversial. I think most radio stations banned that song.
They did.
Yeah, it was bad. And then look at it now. It's just whatever. It's whatever you want to sing about. Murder,
it
sex.
is. It's so
Whatever, it doesn't
different.
matter.
But Conway was on, and there was a lot of, and, if you go back and you really listen to, I Still See the Want To in Your Eye. Do you remember that song?
Yeah.
Conway's sitting at a bar, and there's a lady down at the end of it there, and she's married, and he goes, I see the sparkling little diamond on your ring. And he tells her, he goes, I know that you're not going to fall for anything that I'm going to tell you. It doesn't matter because I still see the want to in your eye.
So that's not the same as the Alabama, I see the sparkling earring. I see. What is that?
I see the sparkling little diamond on your hand. It's plain to see that you already got a man.
Bill Reinhardt said he's saying you never been this far before at last night's show.
Well, get out of here,
Where did
Bill.
he perform at Narkita?
No, he's got his own place there, and he does a live show every Tuesday night on Facebook.
Oh, I'll have to catch it then.
It's great. He does great. Oh, we have to talk about Sheriff James Moore in Kemper County. He's done went undercover. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but he went along. They set up a sting operation, and some businessmen tried to, pay under the table to get privileges, to get contracts at the Kemper Neshoba facility.
Oh, really?
He was wearing mics. They went under this, him and someone else, and they have made an arrest, and somebody's going to jail now.
There's so much fraud that went on during COVID.
Yep, they were trying.
So much money that was released that went into the wrong hands.
As we look at this story, you've got 4 people that have been arrested, and the first one's going to serve 2 years in prison for his part for trying to bribe and get contracts. So great job to James Moore for doing that. We do appreciate that. Mm-hmm. And there's probably, as you just hinted, so much more people trying to do that.
And I think they're really going back because that was taking advantage of a situation that was really unprecedented. Nobody knew really how to handle COVID. And then they're slinging this money out everywhere, and people are taking advantage of it. And now there's accountability, which they did say there would be accountability at some point.
This story here reminds me of, if anybody's ever watched the movie, I'm going to pronounce it wrong before I say it, so you correct me here. The Shawshank Redemption, Shawshank.
I have to think about it after
if you
mess it
remember,
up.
the warden of that prison, took all the bribes and everything, and that's what this case was all about.
Yeah.
So great job there. Scotty Ray and Debbie, already 7:50. We'll be right back.
If you're an outdoorsman, Garrett's Outfitters is a place to head to in Meridian. They have a complete line of gloves to keep your hands warm in these cold mornings, toboggans to block that wind, and America's favorite Carhartt, from the rugged overalls to slacks and shirts. Work boots and mud boots as well. Browse around the gun accessories and a complete line of just about any gun. Protect your investment, your guns, with one of the many Browning gun safes they have to choose from. For the outdoorsman in your family, it's Garrett's, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been in an auto accident? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Don't settle for less and know your rights. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
Well, our friends at Maples One Stop Shop invite you by. One thing that they do, and they do very good at, is gas. Keep those low prices there. Next thing they're going to do is hook you up with a great meal. If you're looking for breakfast this morning, Chevron Station there on St. Paul Street or out in Collinsville. Got a lot. Grits, eggs, Debbie.
Let me do my yum. That makes me so hungry.
It's good stuff. Visit. Now, they've got lunch coming up in just a little while. You can get 2 vegetables and a meat and a sweet tea for $8.99. They'll release what it is here in just a little while. A lot goes on there. Coffee programs if you need that. And one of the cleanest stores, if not the cleanest, in the Meridian area. Drop in. 6 locations scattered all across town with anything that you were looking for, from lottery tickets to cold drinks to, well, they got ice cream too. Pine Springs, Causeyville, Bonita, or any of the locations at the Last Chance Tobacco, Broadmoor, or 31st. Visit with them. You'd be glad that you did. They'll help you out there.
Jason Bateman, that was in here just earlier talking about EMS program, he said we should have talked to him about this before he left. He used to work for Mickey Gilley.
Really?
I wonder what he did for Mickey Gilley. What'd you do for Mickey Gilley? What did you do for Mickey Gilley?
I think it was probably polishing all those gold chains that he had, that he was trying to be Mr. T. We all know that. Mickey Gilley wanted to be Mr. T.
I was so lucky that my teenage years, when I started going out, late teens, early 20s, because drinking age was 18 back then, it was all the Mickey Gilley stuff. It was all Urban Cowboy. Everything was Urban Cowboy. And I lived right there in Nashville, so it was perfect.
So what would be your favorite song from the Urban Cowboy CD?
I don't even know the songs from
Oh, yeah, you do. I spent a lifetime looking for you. Single bars and good time lovers.
Yeah.
Of course, that looking for...
I have to look at the album and see, because I'm sure it'll spark
even Charlie Daniels had a song on there. A lot there by Johnny Lee on it. It was huge. John Travolta sold and sold.
Yeah.
Loved all
that. I mean, it was just made such a huge impact on the what do you call it? Everybody's social life. I mean, because that's where you went. Everything was Urban Cowboy.
Hey, if you enjoyed the movie Bad Boys, what you remember that had Martin Lawrence and Will Smith?
I like that. That's one of the movies I did like with Will Smith.
They're doing a remake to it, so y'all expect a part 2 coming. It was huge at the box office. It was a big hit. So another movie is coming. Y'all be ready to watch that.
Did he ever apologize?
He did. I don't know if everyone believed it or not.
Right.
Pam Anderson, this is going to shock a lot of people. Pam Anderson, Baywatch, y'all remember that? Take a wild guess what she makes off year to year. Now, I'm thinking it's a lot of money of residuals from the reruns.
I mean, how many times is it rerun nowadays, though?
Well, I mean, in slow motion, it's done a lot across the United States. Across that beach. When she's
probably
running.
off of you. She probably gets that 4,000 straight off of you.
I'm shocked.
Playing the...
She was young, didn't know what she was doing, and signed a contract, and off of reruns, she only makes $4,000 a year.
But what do people make off of a show that basically is just a bunch of women running on the beach from the 1980s?
There's a lot of people that enjoy watching that.
How much does she expect to still make off of it?
I don't know. That took a lot of effort.
Do you think people are still buying it?
Bound to be.
Downloading the movie?
I don't know. I don't watch it. I've never watched the whole show, I'll be honest. But there's people that love it.
Somebody said something up here just a minute ago, and I meant to make note of it. Oh. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about there.
All right. The way you sang it didn't sound like
Well, that was the opening line of I spent a lifetime looking for you.
That's not the way. Nobody knows it like that.
Well, it is. And a school teacher
from
Mississippi wrote that song.
So what is this Room Full of Roses? Is that part of it?
That was on there. That's we're out of time.
I'm gonna
folks.
get my album and
it's great. We'll talk more about
tune.
this tomorrow. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We're coming back in the morning at 7 a.m. Scotty Ray and Debbie here at the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: